Legislature, Session 5, September 9th, 2017, with corrections, seconded by Rhonda Ahady. Motion carries 6-4, 0 against, 0 abstained, 1 absent. Old business, Anita Uncle Johnson makes a motion to approve Resolution KLCY 2017025, Executive Branch Code of Ethics, seconded by Ben Wolf. Motion carries 6-4, 0 against, 0 abstained, 1 absent. Renee Clouden makes a motion to approve Resolution KLCY 2016026, Official Kiowa Flag and Seal Designation Act of 2017, seconded by Dave Gimmelsaddle. Motion carries 6-4, 0 against, 0 abstained, 1 absent. Renee Clouden makes a motion to table until legislative session 7 November 11, 2017, Resolution KLCY 2017027, the Nomination and Confirmation of Appointees Act of 2017, seconded by Modena Waters. Makes a motion to approve Resolution KLCY 2017028, the Planning Office Establishment Act of 2017, seconded by Ben Wolf. Motion carries 6-4, 0 against, 0 abstained, 1 absent. Modena Waters makes a motion to approve Order KL0CY 201725, Standards of Ethical Conduct for Legislators Act of 2017, seconded by Anita Uncle Johnson. Motion carries 6-4, 0 against, 0 abstained, 1 absent. New business, Rhonda Ahady makes a motion to approve Order KL0CY 201726 to call a special Kiowa Indian Council meeting for December 16, 2017, seconded by Dave Gimmelsaddle. Motion carries 6-4, 0 against, 0 abstained, 1 absent. Adjourn. Rhonda Ahady makes a motion to adjourn at 11:05 a.m. Seconded by Modena Waters. Motion carries 7-4, 0 against, 0 abstained, 1 absent.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes from October 10th?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Thank you, Modena. Thank you, Anita. All those in favor of approving the minutes for October 10th for the regular session, number 6, please raise your right hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All those opposed? Any abstentions? Please call for the vote.
We have 7 yes, 0 no, 0 absent, 0 abstained. Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, so on the old business, we're going to return to the resolution KLCY 2017-027, the Nomination and Confirmation of Appointees Act of 2017. Last month, I had a motion on the table. I'd like to withdraw that motion on approving this act. We've had discussion on it on an item there, so we'll move forward with that right now with me withdrawing that question.
Does that have to have a second?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Does it? Yes, I make a motion to withdraw my question on approving the Nomination and Confirmation of Appointees Act of 2017.
Second your motion.
I have a second. Any discussion towards that? Everybody knows why. All those in favor of me withdrawing that question from last month on the Nomination and Confirmation of Appointees Act of 2017, please raise your right hand.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All those opposed? All those who abstain.
7 yes, 0 no, 0 abstain, motion carries.
All right, so we'll proceed with that item. And I understand that Modena wants to make an amendment to that act. So we're going to a standalone motion. And as a courtesy to Modena, and there's still discussion on this part, then I will let Modena move forward with that.
Okay, thank you, Speaker. I make a motion to delete sentence of section 1.6C of the Nomination and Confirmation of Appointees Act of 2017. I want to explain for the audience that our vote here, the yes vote is the effect of voting yes will be to remove the requirement that the enrollment officer must be an enrolled member of the tribe. A no vote, the effect of voting no will keep the requirement that the enrollment officer must be an enrolled member of the tribe. Thank you.
Okay, so discussion. The motion is to delete the first sentence of section 1.6C of the Nomination and Confirmation of Appointees Act, and that simply states that that part of this act says the enrollment officer shall be an enrolled member of the tribe. The enrollment officer shall execute, I'm sorry, it's just the first sentence. The enrollment officer. Do we have discussion on this before the vote?
I have a question.
Yes, Dave?
There's other, what we classified as positions that require special attention. Is all of them included in this act? Question one.
It just
Question
says
two
enrollment
is,
officer.
question two is, how does that affect personnel policies and procedures? Because I think within our policy procedures, there are written ordinances that we have to abide by in the employees for the Cotton tribe. What I'm being cautious about is that I don't want it to be to the point where we're not considering other qualified tribal people that come to the tribe for positions within the tribe. That's what I'm cautious about. As far as the positions that were taken to pass a law, especially all these important positions that we consider important, I always thought that anything that was changed, that it had to require the vote of the people, like an issue vote. And that's kind of what I'm confused about now. I don't want to do anything that would lessen the qualification we have throughout our tribe on key positions. I know that I don't want the tribe to become known as the only tribe that don't go there. I'm cautious about that.
Okay. In regard to that, Dave, this is an appointed position. It's an appointed position based on the Constitution. So as far as policies and procedures, it does not address that in the Constitution on this. This is a bill that has been drafted.
What I'm cautious about, as you stated, people that are, the chairman has that what do you call it, authority to. present that and then we confirm it.
Correct.
But I don't want us to get into the position where our own opinions on individuals may keep us from making a good decision as who's qualified, who's not qualified, based on that person said something to me or that individual. And I don't think that should be a part to try to staff our employees here at the Kiowa Tribe with those type of feelings. It's very easy for it to be done. We're all human and we all have our opinions of certain individuals that are known throughout all the tribes. And I want us to be fair and just in all our selections, most qualified. That's one thing I'm cautious about, and that's why I asked. It's not being a constitution, but I don't know if it collides with our policies.
I don't think it's a question of our policies, but the question is that the amendment is to delete that sentence. If you don't like that sentence, the enrollment officer shall be an enrolled member of the tribe. For whatever reason you're saying, Dave, in regard to that, then you would vote in that manner to,
You would vote
I
yes,
guess
delete
I'm
it.
having problems with things that are going to be a law, but people are not the ones that are making that decision. The 7-member body makes those type of decisions. And there are certain, I'm kind of still hanging on to the old method with our old constitution where anything of importance that affects the tribe is addressed as an issue and approved by the people. I don't want to make it to the point where a 7-member board is making all these decisions about how does our tribe really feel about those type of things. There are other issues in regards to our nominations. There are other issues facing the tribe, and I'm remembering the little conversation we had then where there are no set policies in the placement of people that are non-Kiowa into our cemeteries.
Right.
And a lot of them are, if they're, you know how I feel about that, if they're members of a tribe through marriage or whatever, adoption or whatever, I don't see nothing wrong with it. But friendship, I don't know, man, that should be up to the people to decide.
okay, I think that is
I don't wanna-
going away from the motion.
Right,
It's a different
I'm
issue.
getting a little off
Yeah.
track, but I'm kind of using it as another example.
Miss.
Okay, so
Madam
noted,
Spe-
Dave.
Madam Speakers,
Yes, ma'am.
my motion is on the handout that we all have. It is to delete that one at the bottom, to strike it. That's my motion. And will be an enrolled member of the tribe. My motion is to strike that.
Modena wants to
basically.
strike that, and we're gonna have a vote on that.
Yes removes the requirement to be a member of the tribe. No keeps the sentence in there.
Okay, I think we're moving too quickly and not to say, you had a motion on the table. Did we get a second on that? I'm sorry.
No, there was no
Okay,
second.
so could we have a second on Modena's motion? I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of ourselves.
I'll second.
All right, thank you, Ben, just so it's, all right. And so to go on with the discussion, Dave, do you understand what she's doing or what
Yeah, I
she would
understand.
like to do?
Right.
Okay, we're still under discussion, so noted that, I think I understand what you're saying. Did you want to say something,
Yes, I
Ben?
do. Madam Speaker, I wanted to just remind you that what I felt about this issue was that there are other tribes throughout this country that their enrollment officers are not Kiowa, or are not members of their tribe. Sorry about that.
They're probably not
I know.
Kiowa either. They're probably not Kiowa either.
They are, but they are not members of their own tribe, but it comes back to the paperwork that's submitted, the documents that are submitted to the tribe. that's gonna verify and prove their qualifications for enrollment. And that, again, I still stand by that. Of course, I know we want to hire Kiowas, and I'm not against them, but it is, what I look at right now is that there are other tribes that don't have their own tribal members in that enrollment position, but it's the papers, the documents, the verifying, the proof that qualifies an individual to become a member of that tribe. Just to let you know, that's kind of how I feel. So I'll go with that right there.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion on this? Or do we have any questions out on the website on this? Okay. Are we ready to take a vote on this? Okay, so this is to amend the law of the Nomination and Confirmation of Appointees Act of 2017. And Modina's motion is to delete the first sentence of section 1.6C, which so how should we do this?
I can call for an individual vote.
Okay, we're gonna call for an individual vote on this. So all those who are in favor of deleting that first sentence, Rhonda will call for their vote.
Renee Plata,
No.
Rhonda Ahady, no. Ron Kula,
Yes.
Dave Gimasettle,
Yes.
Anita Onko,
No.
Modena Waters,
Yes.
Ben Wolf.
Yes.
Okay, we have 4 yes, 3 no. Motion carries to delete the enrollment officer shall be an enrolled member of the tribe, sentence 1, section 16C.
Thank you. All right, now moving further on and that was approved to delete that sentence. The enrollment officer will not be an enrolled member of the tribe, or it will not designate as an enrolled member of the tribe. So on the act itself, the Nomination and Confirmation of Appointees Act of 2017, is there any other discussion on that act? Do we have a motion
I
to
make the
approve it?
motion to approve.
I second it.
Call for the vote.
Renee Plata,
Yes.
Rhonda Ahady, yes. Ron Kula,
Yeah.
Dave Gimasettle,
Yes.
Anita Onko Johnson,
Yes.
Modena Waters,
Yes.
Ben Lucero Hoveka Wolf.
Yes.
7 yes, 0 no, 0 abstain, motion carries.
All right. Thank you, Rhonda. Okay, so our next order of business is the Enrollment and Membership Act of 2017. And this is an act that we want to adopt on enrollment rules and disenrollment rules. Has everybody looked at these, and does anybody have anything to say about this? The whole first part of it, the whole section 1.1 is all comes from the Constitution.
Just to read the purpose of that.
The purpose is to,
Are you asking for discussion right now or not?
well, we don't have a motion.
Okay.
We can have discussion though if you want. The purpose of the act is to establish within the executive branch of office of enrollment office to impose requirements and procedures upon the office for making determinations on membership and to maintain one official membership roll of all members. Any discussion before a motion?
Yes. I would like to draw the attention to page 2, section 7, the first sentence. Are we all there? Okay. The chairman shall nominate an enrollment officer who shall be subject to confirmation by the legislature, provided that if the legislature takes no action on the nomination within 30 days of presentment, then the nomination shall be deemed confirmed. The enrollment officer shall implement the laws enacted by the legislature regarding membership. It's the first sentence I want to ask if we could just clarify for our internal group, including the executive branch, that on positions where there is a nomination by the chairman, there are certain steps that have to occur in order to allow this body to confirm the nomination to certain positions.
Appointments or
Appointments,
positions?
I'm sorry. Yes. Appointments to certain positions that are described in the Constitution. I think some things may have not followed the steps, and I would just like to encourage that internally we follow the steps so that this body can make that confirmation. Does that make sense?
When you say some things, you mean some appointments?
Well, by the chairman, automatically this next step is to
Confirmation.
is to provide confirmation, and that confirmation is provided by this body.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. I think that needs to be clear.
It's in the
Very
Constitution,
clear in the
so it
Constitution.
should be clear. Is it clear to pretty much all of us what needs to happen? We're clear on it, Modena.
Well, I'm just saying, that internally, and when I say internally, I'm talking about the Kiowa tribal government. There is a process.
This section is clear. This section.
Yes, well, the legislature's branch is clear on it now. I can't speak for any other branch.
So we have we confirmed every nomination?
We've confirmed every nomination that has been presented to us. There's some that maybe have been put into place that have not been presented to us. And unless it's been presented to the legislature, we can't confirm it.
Yeah.
So then,
So right now, we
Been a
we
lot.
do have an
Yeah.
enrollment officer that was appointed, but they have not been confirmed by this body.
Because they haven't been presented.
So
And it's
Body.
clearly
basically,
defined.
they are not the enrollment officer. Is
I'm
what
reading
I
on
would say.
section 1.5,
Section
the
1.
minimum requirement for nomination and confirmation positions. And that are under B, You cannot serve in a temporary position. You may not serve as an acting or a similar capacity in a nomination and confirmation position. Those positions have to be confirmed by us. You can't be a temporary.
That is true, Dave. As we just made and approved the Nomination and Confirmation of Appointees Act, it does so say that in that act that there cannot be an where is that act? Where is that? Where it says that? Dave?
It's section 1.5.
Doesn't mean that.
Yes. No person may serve in a
That's why I pointed
nominated
that
or
out. Yeah. She has a-
unless, what that act said, when we approved it, it says no person may serve in a nominated or confirmed position unless the person is properly nominated by the chairman, confirmed by the legislature, and installed into office by the chairman. No person may serve in an acting or other similar capacity in a nominated or confirmed position. So,
We have to have documentation for all that. It has to
Right.
come from the executive office as a nomination in writing and presented to us, and then we go from that documentation and we confirm it. It can't just be something that's just, talk or whatever, just done without documentation. We have to have the documentation in order to confirm, and then that's documented.
right. I agree with that.
Is it more like about being consistent?
It's both things.
Without documentation.
It's both, I would say. So, any other discussion on it? So if there is an enrollment officer in place, we need to make sure they are confirmed, or hopefully make sure that we get the information in writing so they can be confirmed. Anything else in this act?
Could we discuss, just to make sure we all understand, page, where's all that red highlight?
Page eight.
878.
Yeah, could we just, for the record, discuss, I guess 1.7?
You want me to read that?
Yes, please.
Section 1.7, it's page 8 on your, what we're looking at. It's the Enrollment and Membership Act of 2017, page 8, section 1.7, Ad hoc Committee to Review Enrollment Decisions. There is hereby established an ad hoc committee to review enrollment decisions. The chairman shall activate the ad hoc committee each and every time the chairman shall select the members of the ad hoc committee from among the non-political management level employees of the tribe, provided such employee members of the ad hoc committee are enrolled members of the tribe. The ad hoc committee shall complete a review of every preliminary determination of the office described in section 1.8 within 20 days of the Office of Enrollment issuing a preliminary determination, and shall provide a written explanation of the findings of its review to the Office of Enrollment, the office of the chairman, and each member of the legislature, and the written review shall become part of the record of decision. And I think that's important because if we do have an enrollment officer or enrollment specialist or whatever in there that are not Kiowa, that don't know the lineage, don't know the tribal members, don't know the families. And then they try to make decisions and they don't know the histories of the families or whatever, and the lineage and blood and all that. I think it's important to have Kiowa tribal members to look at that, to review that, so that no mistakes will be made. Enrollment is a very, very extremely important part of our Kiowa tribe. And I think that, as my opinion, that it should be gone through with a fine tooth comb, so no mistakes are made. And so I think that's an important part of this application verification process for enrolled members.
Do we think that this document has or needs to have a deadline? Once an individual's documentation is presented applying for enrollment, because I keep hearing there's no decisions made for long periods of time. If we could emphasize, if I was doing it personally, which I'm not, I would say no longer than 90 days a decision should be issued, because people out there are hanging. They don't know. I hear these complaints coming from Kiowa people that word, and this could go on for longer than 6 months. Is there a way we could somehow require that? I see this one part within 20 days on the bottom of section 8.
On page 9, it says a 60-day calendar days of date stamping a submitted application packet.
Where's that at?
It's on page
Section
9.
1A, section 1A. A,
Okay.
I don't think enrollment would have a problem with it. Possibly.
Okay, so are we all saying that section 1.7A
A.
is what I'm asking for, I guess?
Yeah.
Okay. This is great then. For the Kiowa public, we expect the application for enrollment into the Kiowa tribe is going to be real timely from here on out. So I just want to make that comment.
The old, Melina, the old method on final yea or nay on all enrollments was presented to the governing body at that time, and they would review each application, no matter if it was yes or no. And we would have discussions on, if it was no, we would have discussions on that especially, or there was a question about even the yeses. And I don't know if that's in the process right now or not. I didn't read this real quick. I understand what you're saying, that there should be a time frame involved in all applications.
It's in here.
Yeah, if it is, then we need to have a list of all applications, so we'll somehow better track them.
We would not be having the list, Dave.
They would.
They would,
Yeah.
and the ad hoc committee would have that. It does have a 90-day final determination.
It should be.
The only thing I would say with that is, perhaps if somebody came in, wanting eligibility and they don't have all their information, with them, then does the time periods still apply. In other words, you know, it says over here, if you go on, it says blood degrees from your parents.
Yes.
I could tell you right now, it's taken me 10 months to get a birth certificate. So when does the clock start ticking? At the point you say you want to be enrolled, but maybe you don't have all the documents
Well,
with you, or is it when all documents are in the packet
I would-
that is needed?
I would think that within the 60 days of applying for it, I would think the day you apply, it's date stamped in, and then the clock starts running. And then after 60 days, a preliminary is made where you're saying, well, they've got everything but the birth certificate. After 90 days, then you deny it, and then they can apply again, and the clock starts ticking again, is what I would think. Because to me, this is it right here, 90 days. So they would just deny it, then you'd have to apply again, then the clock starts running again. So 60 days preliminary, and then 90 days deny or accept.
Like an appeal, but not an appeal, just a
Reapply.
Before
Resubmit,
yeah.
The application process.
That way, we don't have enrollment hanging on to stuff as an excuse to say, well, they still haven't gotten their birth certificate in or whatever. Well, make a determination. We've got to have all that documentation to show that we are following the Constitution. We're following the rules and policies of the enrollment office.
There are things, there's information that you need to have. There is like a check sheet when you apply.
Yeah.
And if there isn't, there should be, but there is a list right here that tells you what you need on section 4.
But at least if they get audited, then you can look at it and say, well, yeah, enrollment followed what they were supposed to do.
But I'm just thinking with enrollment, suppose it was you're coming from another tribe and you don't get the information from the other tribe that we might be asking for.
Then you can reapply and the
But
clock
then,
starts again.
but when it says final determination, to me, that sounds like once that's made, you're done.
That's a final determination of that particular application.
Not as a member.
Not a final determination as to whether or not you're gonna, because you won't be able to be a member if you don't have all your documentation in. So, but you can reapply, and then the clock starts again. That way, when you look at that particular file, you'll see that enrollment has followed the guidelines for that. They follow the eligibility guidelines for that. And then she can tell them, or he can tell them, or whoever's in there can tell them, well, 90 days are up, I have to do something with this application. So you don't have everything in, so I'm gonna have to deny it. But you can come back and reapply. Maybe when you get your documentation, or you can reapply right now or tomorrow, and we'll put it back on the clock again. And that'll give you time to go and get your documentation that you need to become a member of the Kiowa tribe.
Anything else?
Yeah, I feel like we just need to make sure enrollment is following these, because there's too many that are being sat on right now that no determination is made. We need to have some type of determination. We can't just let these applications be sitting out there for months and years or whatever, however long, because I've been getting complaints too. So we need to do something with these applications, give them updates, status on their application, because this is important to a lot of people.
Now, it also does say on page 12 that this code repeals and replaces any existing law or regulation governing the Kiowa tribe enrollment and membership and ineligible tribal member removal procedures, all pending applications, voluntary relinquishments, and actions to disenroll an ineligible member submitted to the tribe prior to October 1st, 2017 shall be administered under this act. So it does take in what's pending also.
Good.
Anything else in the discussion?
I just kind of have probably an unnecessary question.
All right.
When if and when we approve this, who communicates this to the proper people?
Who communicates what?
The passing of this law? Who communicates that we've done this to the enrollment officer?
We make the law, the executive branch enforces all.
I like that statement because sometimes things fall through the crack where it's not communicated. And I thank you all for just making a statement, a reminder statement that the executive, once we pass this, that we are relying upon the executive branch to ensure the right people are aware of it.
It does say that also in this law, Office of Enrollment, Section 1.4, page 6, it says, there is hereby established within the executive branch an Office of the Enrollment. The office shall maintain the membership role, including making the determinations for eligibility and taking actions of enrollment and disenrollment in accordance with the Constitution Code and applicable regulations. So to me, it sits in the executive branch.
Thank you.
And it goes on to say they make their own policies and procedures to fulfill its obligations. Any more discussion? Do we have a motion for the Enrollment and Membership Act of 2017?
I'll make a motion that we pass the Enrollment Act. Enrollment and Membership Act of 2017.
Are you including the changes that are highlighted in red?
As written.
Yes.
Second that.
You second it, Ben?
ALCY 217-029.
Okay, so we have a motion on the table to approve resolution KLCY 2017-029, Enrollment and Membership Act of 2017. Anita has made that motion with Ben seconding. Please call for the vote, Rhonda.
Renee Platta,
Yes.
Rhonda Ahady, yes. Ron Kulov,
Yes.
Dave Givasell,
Yes.
Anita Onko Johnson,
Yes.
Modena Waters,
Yes.
Ben Lucero Hoveka Wolf.
Yes.
7 yeses, 0 no, 0 abstain. So do we have any? Okay.
Unanimous.
Okay, 7 yes, 0 no, 0 abstain, motion carries.
All right, so moving on to new business. Is there any new business? Okay,
A reminder.
well, okay, this is,
Just a reminder.
okay. It wouldn't be new business because this has already been done. So moving on to other, did anybody have any other new business? Okay, so, we do have one thing for new business, the COBEL payment, or the COBEL, settlement, the BIA, I'm sorry, not the BIA.
Special.
We
The
have-
attorney's office.
We have under the Kiowa News a insert that has been provided for Kiowa tribal members who are still entitled to the COBEL payment. So this is being advertised with our newspaper. Is that the only place it's being advertised?
Is it on the website?
It's on the website and it's on all the out there in all the papers and everything. I sent it out.
It's
The-
on the
the-
website, so Kiowa members need to look at this
The
list.
complete list is there.
The complete list, there's still 700 people. They're saying the deadline to apply is November 26th, so please let your family members know. A lot of these people have been deceased and the families are still eligible for this monies. I'm not sure if that deadline is a drop dead deadline. I've seen some other deadlines where they've said it is, but we have this list, so please contact your friends and family that might be on this list. I'm not saying that. Did it say that on there? I think I'm not speaking for COBEL. I'm not speaking to what's going to happen to the monies, should there not, be asked for most people. I'm not sure what happens. Yes, Dave?
I know we're getting away from the COBEL question, but how about the last year's Elder Christmas payments? Was that all distributed? Are there still some in our finance office?
I
You know,
No idea.
I don't
What was
know.
the question here?
Maybe we should ask, because I know one year I looked at it and it's like 2 months past December and they're still on the list.
Yeah, I want to say there may still be a list, Dave, not just for last year, but even for the year before. So,
It amazes me because one of the individuals was at our first benefit work plan. And I said, hey, did you ever pick your along yet? And he said, what along yet?
yeah,
I said, boy, I thought the news got out.
yeah.
Evidently it didn't. He said, what money?
Okay, so, any other new business? Okay,
Again,
Rhonda would
I
like to
think
make
a
a
reminder.
reminder. Pardon me?
A
This
reminder
isn't
of that.
new.
It doesn't, we need to keep reminding.
We will, but under new business, Rhonda,
Okay, I'm gonna have a community meeting for District 2. That'll be November the 29th at 1 o'clock. It'll be right after lunch here at the Elder Center. We'll be up at the AOA. So anybody in District 2 who wants to come up, we'll have some people address it. Well, Robbie Adel said he would come and tell us more about the Carnegie Casino and the hotel. Then I have someone from housing, Luke. I don't think Luke Toibo can make it, but I think he's sending Stratford Estelle to come and speak if you have any questions about housing. I'm trying to get Kay Mopop, but I think I have to go through some requests, documented requests to get her to come and see if about social services, if you have any questions about social services. And then I have a also he's confirmed Derek Topai about the youth program, the Kiowa youth program, and what it's been doing and what he's been doing with that and what's going on at present and what future visions are for our Kiowa youth. which I think is very important. If any of you have any suggestions about who you think you might want to get information from as a tribe, if it's just individual, just one person or something that wants a speaker, you might just come to my office. I'm here at the Carnegie Complex. You can just come in and we can get a hold of somebody to answer your question. But as far as speakers, I feel like the speakers that we are going to have are programs that interest everybody in the tribe, not just one or two people. So that's November the 29th. That's on a Thursday. And we'll have some refreshments. So District 2 constituents are invited to that meeting, and anybody else who wants to come. If you have any more questions, you can call our office and ask Tracy. I don't know if we have a flyer up yet.
We will.
Okay,
Monday we'll put one out.
Okay, we'll have a flyer up at the AOA Monday. We'll have it on our websites. We'll have it in the paper. So that's November 29th at 1:30, District 2 community meeting.
All right.
1:30, yeah.
Speaker, I was wanting to, maybe you might advise the public out there about the job fair that's coming up this week. At the gym.
Does somebody have something on there?
I just know it's supposed to be 14th and 15th, I believe, of November. They're supposed to have it in Buffalo Home. That's just kind of verbal what I got.
Do you have any notification of that, Keith?
Yeah, it's gonna be a 2-day event. It's gonna be at Red Buffalo Hall, and on Wednesday it'll be taking place between 10 and 3 o'clock. Now, for people who work, they don't get off until later in the day. Well, on Thursday it's gonna be from 1 until 7. And this will concern employment at the new Kiowa Casino here in Carnegie, as well as jobs that may be opened by other tribes. Other tribes have been invited to come down,
Okay.
and they'll have some people there and talking about jobs that they might have open.
Okay, so the Kiowa Casino Carnegie Job Fair, and all positions are going to be advertised or within this, included in this job fair.
Right.
And it's 10 o'clock in the morning till 3 in the afternoon on which
On
day?
Wednesday.
On Wednesday, which is
This Wednesday, the
which is
15th.
the 15th.
On the
Okay, November
16th.
15th.
And on the 16th, it'll be from 1 till 7.
And on the 16th, which is a Thursday, it'll be 1 p.m. to 7.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You got any questions for that? Who do they need to contact?
They can contact our Human Resources office here at the complex.
Okay, and it'll be held in Red Buffalo Hall.
Yes.
Okay, if you need a job, constituents, Wednesday and Thursday, 15th and 16th.
How many positions are available?
39 positions. 39 positions available. There'll be slot techs, main bank, security, maintenance, cash cage,
And administrative
administrator.
positions.
Oh, administrative. They'll need people for that, for cashiers and servers and beverage services, yeah. So if you're interested in any of those positions, come to the job fair.
There'll be approximately 50 positions offered. That's what I do.
Approximately 50 positions open? Okay. Someone's saying 39, someone's saying 50, so, but come out.
All right, so moving on to other, we also want to remind everybody of the notice for the special meeting of the Kiowa Indian Council, which will be held on December 16th. This is a Saturday. This is to hire a coordinator for the KIC. We do want to remind those that might be interested in the coordinator position to please fill out the application. We do have a little application, but you could also write a short memo or a letter to the chairman telling him that you are interested in that position. So the meeting will be held from 9 to 12. Following the hiring of the coordinator, we will have a dinner served. We also are going to have turkeys for the first 200 people. We need 150 people, KIC members, enrolled members, voting members, in order to hire the KIC. So we will have vouchers for a turkey. We also are planning door prizes, entertainment to go along with whoever are the candidates for the KIC coordinator.
What's the deadline for submitting the interest to serve as KIC?
November the 30 days before the meeting? November the 15th?
No.
November the 15th?
November 15th. So you only really have
3 more days.
days to apply for the coordinator position. So, because that has to be 30 days in advance of the meeting. So, anything else? We also have, what we understand is the chairman or the executive branch has determined the dates for the Kiowa the first party is on
December 4th?
December 4th in Oklahoma City. Not sure.
Remington Park.
Remington Park.
And on Wednesday, December 6th, it will be in Tulsa
At Hard Rock.
at the Hard Rock. I believe that's at the Catoosa
Yeah, Catoosa.
Casino area.
And then on December 8th, then the Christmas Elder Dinner for the Carnegie will be held at the Carnegie Complex here at the complex in Red Buffalo Hall. I'm not sure of any of the times. Not been notified of any of the times. I believe they're in the newspaper, are they?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe I put them in the last newspaper.
Modena, what's the time at Remington?
I believe that is
Is that
It's
noon?
noon till 2, I think.
noon.
Noon till 2. I think both places, Oklahoma City and Tulsa.
I'm not sure about the Oklahoma City one. We might double check that time.
Noon till 2.
All right.
No.
Any
And
other
then
comments?
Here at Carnegie is usually the same.
Yes, it's usually
10 till whenever.
Yeah, 10 till.
until it's over.
10 till. Yeah, 10 till whenever at the Red Buffalo Hall.
So are there any other comments?
Just that I encourage the Kiowa people to be sure to read our newspaper, our tribal newspaper. And when is that out every month? Could you tell us?
It varies with our events. Usually I try to get it out the middle of the month.
Okay.
And here's what it looks like.
Keith Vasquez is addressing us right now. He's our PR man.
I'm hearing
We still
really
need-
good comments, compliments about the new format.
Well,
Keith,
We appreciate it, and we're trying to do our best. By the way, my assistant is Diana Hadley, and she does a good job writing.
And District 5 still needs an election committee member on the election board.
District 5 of that encompasses what territory?
Red River. And District 3 also needs, election, committee board member.
And that encompasses, so the people out there will know what area,
District 3 is,
they'll say, oh, I live in that area.
Eastern Comanche County, Elgin, that area still needs a representative on the election board.
And I think the Apache Y district, I think the Apache Y highway that goes toward Apache, I think everything on the west side of that highway is District 2. And everything on the east side of that highway, I think it's District 1. Okay.
District 6 is looking for a housing commissioner. So we're in search of a housing commissioner.
Yeah.
Anything else?
To 3 of the legislators,
Oh, yeah.
Anita, Ron, and Renee.
No, Dave.
It's not Dave, I'm sorry, Dave. Yeah. For the birthday. They're all 29 again.
Yes.
In the month of November.
Yes. The November month birthdays.
Yes, thank you.
Dave's at 49.
Yes.
He's 49.
Anything else? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Raise your right hand. All those, yes.
7 yes, 0 no, 0 abstain, motion carries.
Meeting adjourned at 10:25.